3 picks, but apparently.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 1 minute until the market opens. Let's go ahead and let's take a quick look at what's going on. My apologies, I've been here actually for a half an hour or so, but I had some technical difficulties with Twitch this morning, and it would let me go live on YouTube and Facebook, but it wouldn't let me go live on Twitch, which was odd. So, but we are here, we are live, and let's get into the markets. Again, at the bottom of the screen, you're going to see the S&P 500 index as well as the VIX on the bottom. And then over on the left hand side here, let's market is about to open here. And we'll pull up the S&P and we'll check this on the open here. Well, it does that. All right, so the S&P opens up down 4. The Dow Jones opens up down 59, and the NASDAQ actually opens up down 45. There we go. I didn't think it was going to open up up. And get that down here. There's the bounce, back up again. Hope you all had a great weekend. And we've got a lot going on this week market-wise. There we go. And let's see here. Positions. Okay, all right, we're good. We are good to go. All right, so as you can see, the NASDAQ is down 45 now, starting off with a downturn. And Pew Powell came out yesterday. He was on 60 Minutes last night. I did not catch the interview. I did read a portion of the transcripts, and he basically is saying the same thing. He really believes that there's going to be super growth this year. That's going to come with inflation. Of course, the main number that we have coming out this week is we are going to have economic calendar is going to be CPI tomorrow. Watch now, a word of caution. What's that all about? I haven't seen that before. Boston Fed president today. Federal budget comes out later on this afternoon. Okay. But tomorrow we got core CPI at 5:30, 8:30 Pacific, 5:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern time. And that's going to be, along with the core and the regular consumer price index, we'll see if inflation is coming in. And as you can see on the bottom, the VIX is up to 17.5, up a little bit today. The S&P is down 41.23. So that's going to be key for the levels this week. But let's take a look and see what's going on with each of the indices. Again, we have the Dow is currently down 55. The S&P is down 5, and the NASDAQ is down 41. Let's look at some movers. We've got Bitcoin is back up. Bitcoin hit 61,000, and ETH hit almost 2238 over the weekend. Bitcoin got up into 61s as well. So those are on a nice little run as well. AMC is opening up down a penny. GameStop is opening up 228 to 161.29. Coin is one that I've already set an alert for a crossing zero, and that's going to be a new DPO, direct listing, on the NASDAQ, the first direct listing on NASDAQ has ever had. That's going to come out Wednesday, April 14th, and we'll talk about that one as well. Probably more tomorrow, but a little bit today if we can get into it. Palantir is up 41 cents. Rocket is down 14 cents. Tesla is looking up 8.51. So they're up pretty good there. Apple opening up down. AMD opening up down. Boeing, which we scalped 3 times on Friday. I'm already up 1,000, so I don't need to scalp anything right now. We'll see if I will. Got to look for some kind of a bounce, and we're not going to figure out what the market's going to do for another 20 minutes or so. We'll get the S&P 500 heat index map up at 45 minutes to the hour is when it starts reporting, because it's 15 minutes delayed. Caterpillar is down $1. Ford is down 4 cents. Intel down 6 cents. But quick turn up there for Intel. What's AMD doing? AMD is not doing the same. So that's interesting. Still have the S&P down 4, NASDAQ down 44, Dow is down 40. Intel looking to go positive on the day here. Intel's Mobileye teams with startup UDELV on automatic delivery. And there's a positive for Intel. Okay. And Intel is actually down 2 cents now. Take a quick scalp on this momentum run here. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's what Intel's doing. Microsoft is down 40 cents. Nvidia is down 238, and ExxonMobil is up 60 cents, and that's got me up on the day because the calls I have for $60 expiring May 7th, I have 80 of those. Those are up almost $1,000 today, right now. Oil is up, and that's why ExxonMobil is up as well. ExxonMobil is going to be reporting earnings later on this month, at the end of the month. Let's see here. Oil rig count yesterday just came out. Baker Hughes says that oil rig count stays the same as it was on the 1 year high. That came out yesterday. So we have light crude up $1.35 a barrel. Brent crude for UK is up $1.20 a barrel. Again, the Dow is down 30. The dollar is down 0.092 to 92.091. We had the 10-year Treasury is up 0.007, so this goes a little bit. 30-year up just a little bit, about the same. So again, NASDAQ Composite we're down 44 on. S&P we're down 3. Dow coming back now, down 29. Amazon up 13.62. Chevron up 97 cents. GM down 30 cents. Roblox 72.13 up 30 cents. US Oil up 86 cents. They're going to be up today. Workhorse down 16, and US Steel down 20 cents. Beyond Meats. Well, I need to throw that back up here. There we go. Throw that up there somewhere. Gold. We have gold down to 17.37, down 6.74. Palladium is up 12.50 to 26.51. Platinum dipped back below 1,200 again. Again, that's been a key level for platinum. And silver at 25.10. So let's see here. XOM. Intel was interesting because they were actually trading. Had a little bit of a push there. And let's see if there's any news on that before we do something here. Mobileye and UDELV Inc. deal for autonomous delivery. So that's the story, which is the same one. Let's look at that real quick here. That might be something as the market turns up. All right, Intel Mobileye's team with 4-year-old Silicon Valley startup UDELV. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. In effort to put automated electric vehicle delivery systems into service in the United States by 2023. Okay. Automated electric delivery vehicles. So you order a Domino's pizza, they put the pizza in the thing, and then the car comes up to the house and it honks and you got to come out and get your pizza out. I don't know how that's going to work. A boxy electric shuttle without seats or cockpit that is designed specifically for delivery. But that also means somebody's got to, when it gets to its location, unload it. So you have to have a human waiting. What if that human's on lunch? What if that human's on a coffee break? We'll not sell the vehicles, but we'll offer them as part of a subscription-based delivery as a service package to commercial customers. And while the vehicles will not have human drivers, plans to offer a teleoperation feature with humans remotely assisting customers with vehicle loading and unloading. Come on, man. Look, you're going to come out with a delivery vehicle, and I already said it before I read that. I haven't read this story until just now. So it won't have a human operating the thing, but it will have a feature that allows humans to remotely assist customers with vehicle loading and unloading. So then the human has to drive around what? Following behind it? How is that going to be cost efficient? All right, that's interesting, but digging into it, it's a little bit wonky on the model. So, but I like it. All right, Boeing had some news over the weekend. The Indonesian jet downloaded successfully. Okay, that's old. There's a local union story, and this is the union reps in Renton, and this is their delivery people. So they voted yesterday to authorize a strike, and their contract is up, I think, April 19th or something. Let's see here. Union representing about 220 Boeing workers said on Friday that members will vote on Sunday whether to authorize a strike. They voted to authorize a strike already, so this is an old story. I read an update yesterday that they did vote to authorize. Boeing said that they were continuing to engage and negotiate in good faith. Now, the problem isn't necessarily this union. You might say, well, that's only 220 employees. And again, the plant down in South Carolina that built 787s is not union. But what it means is that the rest of the unions will usually honor any type of picket line that another union has. So what I think is going to happen is the bigger unions for the machinists, etc., are going to talk to either Boeing or the other union they're represented by Teamsters. So Teamsters are all over the place, right? So it's just a play. I would not be very surprised if that gets resolved somewhat quickly for Boeing. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find a better local story on that, because usually local noise is better to figure out a story. Union vote, and let's see here. Let's go Cairo. And usually information that you're getting on this stuff is going to be it's going to be best. All right, let's see if Cairo has something on them. The governor in this Washington is expected to announce which counties may go back to phase 2. Yeah, okay. All right, let's see here. Local union vote. Here we go. All right, so here's the story locally. And I'll pull that up here. Oops, I guess not. Well, when you have monitors of different resolutions. All right, so the Dow is now down 28. NASDAQ is down 45. And the S&P is down 2.97. Okay, so local union votes to authorize strike if contract cannot be reached with Boeing. And this was yesterday at 2:16 p.m. local time Pacific. The union voted unanimously to authorize a strike if a contract cannot be reached with Boeing. The workers are responsible for transporting aircraft engines, fuselage, and other hazardous materials according to a release from the union. So they go back and forth between the plants around Seattle. Boeing said about 220 employees are represented by the union. A strike would cripple Boeing operations throughout the Puget Sound area, the release said. That's the union saying that. Contract expires at midnight on the 17th. So midnight on the 17th, which is going to be Saturday night. Boeing has spent the last 20 years creating a work environment that includes outsourcing, downsizing, and elimination of the work our members perform. Yeah, it's called robotics. All the while increasing management and executive bonuses to unbelievable heights. Okay. What did Boeing say? Boeing continues to engage and negotiate in good faith to present a comprehensive offer that works for our employees, customers, community, and the union. Our goal is to reach an agreement prior to the end of the current contract. In the event of a work stoppage, we have mitigation plans in place to continue operations without interruption to our customers. I'm going to throw a caveat on that. You're talking about the Teamsters. And what that means is that you will have other Teamster unions, like I said, like the machinists, etc. And I don't know if they're Teamsters. I'm guessing they probably are. Or even if they're not. Usually if one union goes on strike, the other unions honor the picket line. And so that's a little bit of risk on that. And that's why you have Boeing trading down a little bit today. Okay. Let's see. Intel down 7 cents here. See. Hold on a second. I'm gonna look at what the dog's doing. Oh, you're chewing your bone. Okay. Heard her gnawing on something and she's got her bone, but with her bone, she's got her bone standing up like this, and she has her claws like this, and then it goes into it with her mouth. Goofy. Well, now you want to come say hello. Hello. All right. So Dow's down 20, Nasdaq down 52, S&P down 3. I did pick up 500 shares of Intel. Just as a quick scalp here, we'll see what happens. In at 68.23, it's at 68.19, now 68.23. So it's basically flat. I missed this run up. I looked at this and I liked it in terms of the S&P going down and it going up, and that might be on the news. So we'll see on that one. I don't have a stop on it, but we'll see what happens. My XM Mobile calls are working out pretty good today. Those are up $680 there. And let me see my other stuff on my other account here. Hold on a second. All right, up about $100. So on a very, very small up day for me. About $750 because I'm down $5 on my Intel buy. I want to scalp Boeing again, but looking at the let's see, 15-minute here. Go out to an hour. Now check the level. Broke here, so now we're back over here. At an old resistance level here from back in the last week of March. Might be a decent spot there. 3-minute. I mean, it looks ugly right now, right? It's basically, this is called, you know, a couple things could happen with Boeing on this. They're probably back to the negotiating table this morning at some point. So when would you anticipate getting news? The union will continue to release press releases every day. They will do as many interviews as they can every single day. I've seen this before with Boeing, and they'll be all over the local news doing interviews and everything else, and to scare the company into negotiating for what they want. So that basically does what? That introduces, kind of like we have in the S&P, volatility. And when you have volatility with that, then the stock tends to decide what it wants to do. So because of that, it's down 1.61%, right? Let's take a look at the S&P 500 heat map. Get our first look at that for the day. And, you know, mostly a lot of stuff down, right? And the stuff that is up, Tesla up a little bit, Amazon up a little bit, Microsoft up a little bit. The banks are reporting earnings this week. As we get into earnings season, we'll go into that as well. So as you have hold on a second. Okay. Where's this bottom going to be? You've got the S&P starting to turn down again. NASDAQ is turning down again. The Dow is turning down again. The VIX is starting to go up. So this would be a hold off on this one. And even my Intel stuff is now down 68.21. So I'm down 2 cents on that. I'm down like $10. I only got 500 shares. And I'm a based on that's a significant turn. But now I'm up. I'm up $5. So you look for companies when stuff is going down, you look for strength. And when you look at strength, what it tells you is if it holds during strength, and I may add to the position, but if it holds during strength, when something like the S&P or the NASDAQ turns, and again, we may not get a turn. We may continue, we're continuing to go south here. So I bought in too soon on this one probably. So I'm basically flat on it right now. But if it retains its strength, and I've got to watch this like a hawk, because you got everything starting to turn south here somewhat quickly. You got the NASDAQ heading south, S&P now down 9 again, but small amount, right? NASDAQ 0.67%, the Dow 0.18%, down 60. So, you know, again, the Dow's at 33,000, so down 60 points was big 20 years ago. It's not big now. And what you're looking for a turn. And if we get a turn, the two I'm looking for, you know, Boeing, see, that's just a lot of risk there. I may jump into that later today. Now, but Intel, everybody's talking about May. Oh, things are going to be, you know, market's not going to go down until May. Market's not going to go down until May. Well, you basically had a blow off top. If you look at the S&P 500, and this is what other YouTubers and stuff are talking about over the weekend, and you look at the weekly, and I want you to look at the Bollinger Band. Okay. And this. It broke the top of the Bollinger Band on the weekly. And you say, okay, well, when's the last time it did that? Well, it did it earlier this month on a wick, but this was 2 closing candles above the Bollinger Band break for 2 weeks in a row. So that's where the risk comes in. And then the last time it did that, if you go to a monthly, was 2008. Oh, let me go to auto here, sorry. Breached it in 2008, market went down. Breach, down. Almost a breach, down. Breach, small down. Breach, big down. And now we breached it again. So, you know, pretty significantly. So there were a lot of people over the weekend talking about a blow off top on the S&P. So Dow right now down 59. My Intel's up $10. NASDAQ down 97. Let's see if the NASDAQ turned here. What are the other, let's take a quick look and see what the NVIDIA, all those are red, but let's go back to, where are we at here? 30-second chart. NVIDIA, Intel, AMD. There you go. Didn't give a buy on the 30-second yet. I'm up a penny per share. Boeing 44. Ooh, okay, okay, Boeing, I see you. Waiting for a turn. VIX is up to 17.6. Darn, come on. What the heck, phone? There we go. Crazy. This is pretty good strength here. When you see the S&P doing this, when you see the and there's only little news. So there's a flattening out. So again, what could happen next is this could cause another sell-off, right? You could say, okay, consolidation, but the consolidation is all small candles on the NASDAQ, right? The S&P consolidation, small candles. The Dow consolidation, leg down, actually, okay? So, you know, again, I didn't catch the bottom of this Intel one. A better buy would have been over here, 67, you know, before 67 or before 68, and that was just looking at what's going on. So total degenerate play. Now I'm down $40 on it, as the market's going to turn again. So, you know, we're going to continue to leg down. It looks like Dow is down 67, NASDAQ down 98. S&P down 10. Even ExxonMobil slipping. Only up 37 cents now. Boeing. See, Boeing kept going, right? So just like we talked about, you say, okay, well, hey, you know what? We start talking about here. Well, here's a good entry point. Maybe should we look at this? Well, you know, the news is out now. They're absorbing the news. And so, you know, what's going to happen today is you just look at, you know, Boeing, BA. You go to Boeing News, and then, yeah, this sues a subcontractor over Air Force One work. That's an old story. That story's from frickin' last month. Boeing grounds 737 planes. Do you think about things? Da, 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 da. So you're not going to find the news, but everybody local knows what's going on with the union, right? So then you say, okay, let's go to, let's type in Como News here. Go over here. Let's see what they say. And NASDAQ down 100, Dow down 74, S&P down 9. Microsoft buying speech recognition firm Nuance, a $16 billion deal. So there's something interesting there. I thought they had speech recognition. Not really very good. Record low temperatures around Seattle. There we go. And you won't necessarily get, you're just going to get the same thing. Yeah, same statements as we had over on Cairo. So exact same stuff. Okay. I would like to take a stab at that on any bounce. It's just a little bit early. And my Intel is, all right, little bounce back up now. Oops. Wrong program here. Missed it. I put it in order at 68.13 and it didn't fill. So I tried to pick up 500 more on the bounce, and it did not fill me. Cancel it. Shoot. 68.13. It dropped here. I put in another order to grab another 500 at 68.13 because I saw the bounce on the NASDAQ and I missed it. So I went from down $85 to now I'm up $5 on the first 500 I bought. But again, if I would have bought market, it would have been, you know, same price I own it at. So I'm positive on it again. So now let's look at the indices again. And this is where, if you're scalping, you got to look at the whole market as to what's going on. So Dow is down 64, NASDAQ is down 92, S&P is down 8. But again, slight bounce. You know, you're not going to get any consistent 3-minute buy signals on these things. Not where they're at. There we go. I just had to check sound level on YouTube there. All right, so, man, hate when that happens. I've been $65, man. But that looks good. So I still have 500 shares. Oh shoot, I want to. Did Boeing bounce? I bet it did. I bet it did. Just a little bit. It bounced. Yeah, it did. Just a little. Not much. 246.63. Minus 247.03. 40 cents. Come on. Yeah, there's a little bit of a bounce for them too. Back to Intel. All right, so we're profitable on Intel, up about $35. And while listening to that, I'm gonna go let her out real quick. I'll be right back. Outside. Come on. Squishy toy. What's that? Toy. Okay. Sit. Sit. There you go. Take it. Go get it. All right, we are back. Oh man, see that? Up about $90 now on Intel. And we've got the turn. A little bit on the Dow. NASDAQ turned. S&P turned. But Boeing probably turned. Yeah, a little bit, but that's okay. So I didn't buy any Boeing. I'm up $100 on Intel right now. See, I'd be up $200. Actually, a little bit more. I'd be up about $250 right now. Put it in order at 68.13, and it did not fill. As soon as I put it in, it jumped up like 8 cents right on that. And then it started running. And still, there's no news. The news is Mobileye. They're teaming with Mobileye on a startup for UDELV, which is automated delivery. So again, anything autonomous, you're going to get a pop. So this was purely a momentum play on the open. Bought it over here at 68.23. So up here, and you say, man, what are you, nuts? Well, at the same time, the markets are doing this, right? They're going down. So yeah, every once in a while, you can take a degen play based on strength. When you see the markets going down, you look for strength, because when you see strength, what's going to happen is when the market turns, like look at the bottom over here on the S&P, when the market turns and starts to go up again, this thing is going to get momentum, and then that momentum is going to outperform the usually the index that it's included in. So for example, if you look at this is a 30-second chart. Now, if we look at a 30-second chart on the NASDAQ, you don't have the same pop. So let's say you look for the turn and you say, okay, on the NASDAQ, we're up 0.18%. So 0.18% on the NASDAQ. But if you look at this pop, 0.53%. So you got 3 times the juice on that one. Now it's coming back down as everything else turns. See here, boom. I should have sold it already. Up 75. So now I'm just going to watch it here. And I think... Okay, I'm out. All right, so I made $75 on that one. So I just sold my 500 shares of Intel. I no longer have any Intel. I made $75 on it. And again, you know, it should flatten out here. There's a green doji. It should flatten out here and go back up. Now, I did not listen to the sell indicator. I looked at my profit down here and I said, hey, $75 is $75. And then I sold it over there. So we'll see. May take another stab at that one. You know, again, you'd have to watch for another turn again. But look at the VIX. Look at the VIX. Let's take a look at that one. So VIX is volatility, right? So you have here you have the open, or that's not the open. Sorry. Here you have the open. Here's the open on the market right here. So the VIX is open before that. Flat, and then boom. Now we're rising, right? So the VIX is up 6.53%. The reason why that matters is you take a look at something like the Fear and Greed Index. Now I haven't looked at this yet. I opened it, but I didn't look at it. Where were we at on Friday? 82? No, 62. So previously we were at 62 on the Fear and Greed Index. Now it's at 60. Okay. Gas prices, 286, so down a penny. We were 287.4 or 287.2 on Friday. A lot of red going on now. So again, we took a turn on Intel. Just a real quick scalp on a risky day. And I should have held it because there it goes again. But again, $75 is $75. I'll take it. I will take it. All right, let's see here. What else we got going on here? What's the Dow doing? Yeah, you just got, it's hard to find, support. If you're looking at technical analysis and you say, Boeing is down. It's down quite a bit. It's down 2%. Let's get into it. But you look at the Dow and you say, man, it's had a huge run. The next time it goes down, what level is it going to go down to? Well, it could go down to 33,574. So it could drop a couple hundred points. If it drops a couple hundred points, Boeing is going to go from 246, is going to turn around and go down to 236, right? And so you could see another $10 on that one. So this is a 3-minute chart. So you won't see any buy signals on that one. You won't get one even on the 1 minute. On the 30-second chart, you don't even have any buy signals. Not that I look at them on 30 seconds. Intel, oh, there we go. All right, so Intel dropped again. I'm going to load up. What did I sell that at? So I got into Intel at 68.23, sold it at 68.38, and now it's dropping again as the market. Nasdaq down 68, S&P down 5.94, Dow Jones down 75. So every once in a while it gives me goofy news stories for the prior symbol. Okay, I'm glad I got out of it. I'd be negative again right now. So I got out at 68.23, only 500 shares. Got out at 68.38. Based on this right here, I was like, nah, I'm going to take my $75 because I was looking at the S&P and it was starting to drop, and I was like, I'm done with it. So I made $75, and now it's dropping again. And really, the only news is the Mobileye that they're going to team up with UDELV on. So again, I got a profit there. It was a small profit. It was $75, but it's still $75. And so now it's dropping again, and I made the right decision getting out of it. So that was a very, very quick scalp. It got up to what, 68.49, 45, and I sold at 38. So I sold right here in this candle, right there. And it dropped again. Then it went back up. Should have held it maybe. Not so fast. And now it's below where I bought it the first time. So now we'll look at the Nasdaq again. I like that. I just invented that a couple weeks ago, or last week. The Nasdaq, I'm going to call it. I don't think I've ever heard it called that before. If you've heard that somewhere before, let me know in the comment section down below if you've heard the Nasdaq referred to as a Nasdaq. I like it. It's got a nice ring to it. All right, so Nasdaq down 74. 68. So 68 might be a level here. So now the news is out. People absorbed it. They looked at it. They probably read the same thing in the stupid story that I read that says, yeah, autonomous delivery vehicles. Oh, but you know what? But we'll have a human to help with the offloading and delivery. So you're still going to pay that human to what? Follow the robot car? So you're expending electricity costs and infrastructure costs on an electric vehicle, but you're going to have somebody follow it around to help unload it and deliver stuff? Or, like I talked about, let's say this vehicle has 50 deliveries for the day, and it gets to the point and it sends a text and it said, well, I'm on my break, and if I'm on my break, I'm not going to meet that delivery vehicle till my break is over in 5 minutes. I'm off the clock. I'll go get that package in 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes times 25 out of those 50, and you have 25 times 5. That's 125 minutes. So you got basically 2 hours of idle time on an autonomous delivery vehicle, unless a human being following behind is there to catch it. So again, Intel, good story on this one. We bought it up here, 68.23, sold it up here at 68.38 before it dropped off the face of the earth now, along with everything else. So we'll look at that. Even my ExxonMobil is turning a little bit south here. Still up on the day, but south. What's oil doing? Oil's still up $1.11. But again, you got the Dow heading down now, significant. So down 91. If it hits 100, that may set some algorithms to sell some more. You have 74 on the Nasdaq, so it's down 0.5%, where the Dow is down 0.25%. And the S&P is down almost 0.25%, 0.20, but only down 8. And again, we can look at the heat map. You know, some red coming in there. What's Boeing doing? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't take the play on Boeing yet. Yeah, I mean, I could have. This candle maybe. Yeah, I could have got maybe 30 cents out of it. That looks pretty good. I mean, I like the way the chart looks for a bounce. And for a bounce, you might see like a, typically with Boeing, you might see a 250 bounce, but you've got to get cooperation in the overall markets in order to do that. So you have bad news on Boeing, and the bad news is simply this. You have 220 union workers that shuffle parts and supplies back in between the plants. Fuselages, electronics, different stuff that they have that come in off the rail cars. Let's say the fuselage comes from Spirit or whatever the case is. They've got to unload those things off the rail cars, get them into the plants, etc. Those folks, their contract ends this coming Saturday night at midnight. So that's why you have Boeing down 5.69, down 2.25%. Because it's a Teamsters local. It's a very small union, only 220, right? And because it's Teamsters, what that means is every other union will honor that picket line, and they won't go to work either. So when Boeing comes out and says, well, we have mitigation procedures in place if they do go on strike. Okay, what are you going to do about the other 25,000 employees that won't cross that picket line? Right? So you have posturing going on. And what happens is this union gets something, and then the bigger unions say, well, if they got it, we want it. Our contract comes up in 6 months. They're going to want more. And then it just tails upwards like that. Like I said, down South Carolina for the 787, they don't have unions. Up here in Seattle, they've got a ton of unions. So there we go. So flattening out on the S&P. Let's check the Dow. Hold on. NASDAQ. All right, coming back up, NASDAQ. So is the S&P. Oh, I should have taken another run at Intel, huh? Back, what did it drop down to? More realistic, 68.15. Yeah, I could have taken another run there. It's all right. Looking at Boeing. Got an order in for Boeing. 150 shares at 246.93. I don't think I'm going to get it. I might. And I'm filled. Okay, it filled me. All right, so I'm in at 246.93, 150 shares of Boeing. So about $37,000. And what I liked was we were starting to head back up just a little bit. So again, this might be another quick scalp here. So Dow is down 76, but on an uptrend. NASDAQ down 61, but it turned north. S&P, let's look at the volume. Intel also. Might take another run at Intel too. What am I in at? 246.93 on Boeing. So 246.93. All right, so we're up about $25 now. S&P's holding. VIX is heading down. It's not going to give me a buy at all. 247.20. So again, we're in 150 shares, 246.93. 246.93. Good buy on the 1 minute. There's a buy signal on the 1 minute. Up $45. Again, we made $75 on Intel with 500 shares. Boeing, I wasn't quite sure, so I didn't go all in. I only bought 150 shares for 37,000, and we're up about 36 bucks. If I need, let's see here. Up $55, 247.26. S&P still holding, VIX still holding down. NASDAQ down 58, coming back a little bit. Again, the NASDAQ composite, nice little recovery here, but still negative on the markets, right? S&P down 5, and this just goes to show, I don't care if the market is down and I'm in cash. What do I care if it goes down? All I'm looking for is opportunities if it turns and goes up, and a scalp here and there. We did Intel this morning, 500 shares at 68.23, sold at 68.38. We're into Boeing right now. I picked up 150 shares at 246.93, so I'm up about $60 on that one. And what we're going to find out here, we're almost an hour into the open here. Heat map. Brighter. Tesla, nice little run there. Hold on here. Let's take a look at Tesla, what it's doing. Okay, Boeing is okay for now. Let's take a look at Tesla. So up $75 on Boeing. Any news? After sanction, Yahweh turning to businesses less reliant on high-end U.S. tech. Okay. Canada's Telesat takes on Musk and Bezos in space race to provide the broadband. Good luck with that one. There was a story over the weekend. There was an interesting story on not necessarily Tesla, but SpaceX, different company, right? They call their Starlink system, they call the dishes Dishy, and apparently they were saying that when it first came out, it costs SpaceX $1,500 to produce the dish. Now they're selling these for $500, actually $600. You charge $500 once they deliver it, but you charge $100 off the bat. And then, so I've got a pre-order in right now on mine, and then that's $99 a month for, unlimited internet, right? Now they're saying they're down to about $800-900 cost. So but they expect the cost to come down over the next couple of years. So it costs more money, up $80 now on Boeing. It costs more money for SpaceX to manufacture the disk. They're selling them at a subsidy to people to get them engaged with the tech. So that came out over the weekend for Dishy. I saw that story for SpaceX. Tesla. U.S. European consumers warm up to electric vehicles but remain wary of price. Well, electricity is a little bit more expensive over there, right? But so is gas. Gas is more expensive in Europe as well. So no real other news on Tesla. Okay, Boeing up almost $100 now on Boeing. So again, I like this as the play. So what I did was I did my due diligence when I did it yesterday. So hopefully you're not following my plays because you're going to lose all your money. I'm not giving tax or financial advice here. With that said, I saw the news on the union thing. That caused a sell-off because a lot of local people own Boeing, right? So because I'm so familiar with the company and how the news affects the stock price, again, to scalp, if you want to look pure degen, look at a company that you don't know about and play the momentum, go for it. God bless you. You're a better trader than me, and there's a ton of more people that are better traders than I am. However, I like to scalp companies I know. Companies I know how the stock is going to perform, how the stock is going to go. Now I'm up $120 on Boeing. I only went in 150 shares. Normally I buy 250 shares to start, and then if it drops and I still like my due diligence, I'll double down and put in another 500 at a lower price just for the scalp. But right now I'm up 76 cents a share. I'm up $105. So along with my $75 I made on Intel, I could close that position right now and call it a day. Shut the computer and say, adios, I'm done. What else do I need to work on my house to get it ready to sell? Okay, there's a little quick sell there. So now I'm gonna take a look at that 150. I'm gonna look at this quick here, check the news. No other news, no new news here, no news here. Top news front page. Biden faces growing Republican skepticism over infrastructure plan, no kidding. Okay, so not necessarily a doji to worry about yet. There we go, push up, there we go. I didn't sell my Boeing. Microsoft to buy AI firm Nuance Communications. So when I see a doji like that, usually I'll go into news and I'll say, okay, did something else come out? Am I going to look at an immediate downturn? And I'll go into something else so that I don't hit the sell button because my story is still good. On the 1 minute, I'm sure we've got a buy signal on the 1 minute. There we go. On the 3 minute, we probably got one too. So on the 3 minute now I have a buy signal on the 3 minute. So it put the buy signal in where? 247.27, 247.12 to, right around here. Probably put it in at the beginning of this candle, which would have been 247.12. I bought it at 246.93. I put in the order. It was bouncing around the 247.04, 05, 247.10. On this wick here, it got all the way up to where'd I get it at? 29, somewhere in this range I got it. I think it was on this one here is where I bought it. And it was just based on, you know what, these candles are not as low as these other ones. So let's take a shot at it. Let's give it a ride. And sure enough, it's worked out well for me. So I'm now up $113 on Boeing. Again, only 150 shares. I put $37,000 of capital at work here. Should I have bought 250? Well, not if the market was going to continue to go down, right? The Dow is down 63, Nasdaq's down 58, S&P is down 4. Again, if you're scalping, I don't care what the markets are doing per se. I want to look for strength, and let's see the Intel. I'm already out of the Intel, but let's see where Intel is at. It's low. I ran it from here up to here, and then I sold it, and I didn't buy back in yet. It's at 68.21, so I may look later on and do another turn on. Now it's right where I bought it before, but I'm in Boeing right now, so I'm keeping an eye on that one. Up $124 now. No real concern there yet. See, it gave the buy signal. I bought it in this level, in this range here. From the MACD convergence divergence, you would say, well, you don't do the buy until the cross, unless you're familiar with the company and how it trades. And when you're familiar with the company, trying to find a bottom on that, I did pretty good. 246.93 on Boeing is pretty good for a bottom, looking from where it opened up down, and to basically play the bounce and know that, hey, you know what? Yeah, it's down $5. It's not going to go down $5. If the market turns just to the slightest going north, it's going to come back $2. And sure enough, off the bottom here, what's the bottom of the day? 246.29. So you say 246.29. I've got it at 246.93 minus 247.75. It's $1.46 off the bottom. I'm 90 cents off the bottom from where I bought it at. So again, it's not about timing the absolute bottom. It's about looking for opportunities. Know the companies that you're scalping. If you're going to scalp, my trading rules and my trading style, I like to trade companies that I know. If I'm going to scalp, I learn the charts. I learn the technical analysis. I look at the fundamentals. I look at the news. I look at how that type of news has affected the stock in the past. And looking at Boeing, because I know Boeing so well, allowed me to take the play. And now I'm up $140. I may hold this for a little while. We may hold this through the. Let's see. Even a buy on the 5 minute. Solid buy signal on the 3 minute. So again, I front run it because I'm comfortable with what the pricing does on that company. And so we'll take a trip around the sun here. All right, so now it's starting to turn down a little bit. I think I'm gonna jump out here. 247.80. That's pretty good. I'm not gonna get it. Bear with me here, folks. Oh, come on. And I'm out. All right, so I made about 150 on that. Plus the 75, 150 plus 75. So I'm up about 225 bucks today. That's all I need. What do I look for? 191. It is 7:29. We're an hour into the open, and I've already made what I need to pay my bills. So my bills are paid for the day. What do we get out at here? All right, 63. Okay, there we go. That'll work. All right, so now what's Intel doing? 68.19. And I should have, I probably should have held the Boeing, but that's okay. All right, so Intel. S&P's heading down. NASDAQ down 74. It's turned to the south. S&P is turned to the south. It's Doji on a little bit of consolidation here on Boeing. So probably a good decision. Or not. It may turn and just go right up to the 50 or the it's above the 50, go right up to the 180 or the 200 period, at least on the 30-second chart. Intel. So the thing about Intel, I'd like to take another chance with Intel today. That emotional level of 68, 67, 76 is what it got down to on the right after the open though, right? And then it didn't breach 68 again. Once it got above 68, came back down to 68.01. But again, you've got the S&P heading south, the VIX slight turn heading up, S&P heading down again. So you've got the Dow down 86, S&P down 78, or S&P down 8, NASDAQ down 78. There's a drop. Again, no positions open. We sold our Boeing for now because the market's turned down. Again, we're scalping though, right? So may take another trip. And Boeing is now lower than what we sold it at and took our profit on. Intel broke 60. Look at that. Intel broke 68. So now forget this level's gone now, right? This one right here, the 68.01 is gone. It penetrated that, and now we're looking at lows on the day again. We're down 31 cents now as the rest of the market goes. So no positions open right now as the market turns south here. And let's look at those. Dow down 84. NASDAQ now down 84, heading south. S&P down 9. It's heading south too. Again, our heat map is going to be delayed. Tesla was up 3.66%. So let's look at that. 3.66%. Now it dropped, right? So again, that S&P 500 heat map, sentiment only. The only thing I look at on this chart is, it'll give me a broad, it'll say what sector is doing well today. Well, not a lot. You know, banking mixed. Regional banks are all up. You know, Tesla's up, but again, it's 15 minutes delayed. So I don't take a lot of it. You know, I do that for you guys mainly, so you can look at what sectors are doing well to possibly look at individual ones in there. Boeing 247.27 now. Intel 67.93. Yeah, you've got a little risk here on Intel. I'd like to take another slap at it. Same thing with Boeing. VIX going back up 17.7, almost to its high of the day. What did it get up to? 17.8 or 17.9, or did it hit 18? 17.8. So is that 17.7? 17.8 was its high on the day for the VIX. Dow down now 95, still heading south. NASDAQ still 83. So we're in parking lot mode. We're just watching, looking for opportunities. 67.87 on Intel now. So that news is done. So now it's gonna perform like the rest of the market, and the rest of the market wants to go south. So good job getting out of Boeing as well. Well, maybe not. You know, is this strength now? Is this strength for Boeing? Made $150 on that. Made 75 on Intel. You know, it should come back up to here. 3 minute didn't give a sell on the 3 minute yet. And the 3 minute would say, well, you know, the news was out on the pre-market on the union stuff. It was all the way up to 250. So it should, at some point today, come up to this 250 line. And that's an emotional spot for it. So initially it's going to break through. It should break through this one pretty good. Intel, you know, Boeing would be the better play. Dow 96. Okay, so now we're 17.8 on the VIX. So the VIX is at the high of the day. NASDAQ down 86, Dow down 95, S&P down 9. It's holding this. Let me say, well, we need a candle here. This is promising. You say, what do you mean it's promising? It's all red. Well, it's promising because the wick is above the low wick over here, 67.81. Checking the NASDAQ-ery. $13,796 is the low on the day for the NASDAQ. 13,796. It's at 13,813. This wick just a little bit. Well, there you go. Okay. And a little flattening out here of the S&P. Okay, so we are in 500 shares at 67.87 on Intel. Let's look at Boeing. Okay, not interested in that right now. The play is Intel. There's a nice jump. Okay, so I didn't quite get the bottom here. I like this doji right here, and that doji right there told me, you know what, take a shot at it. S&P was flattening just a little bit. The NASDAQ was flattening just a little bit, but now it's turning south, so I got to be careful here. I'm up 20 bucks. And I'm going to get, so I'm in for 500, so about $33,000 buy on Intel. 500 shares. $500 shares at 67.87. Oh, now we're heading south. So this might not work out. I got to get ready to get out. 17.8 VIX is holding, but the S&P NASDAQ 801. That's about to breach. There goes the Dow. 93. Okay, so I'm gonna get ready to jump out here. What am I getting at? Yeah, this one ain't gonna work out, folks. Give me an up, doji. Come on. I'm really watching the VIX right now. And if it holds, could get a little. I'm waiting for it to bounce. It's where it's at. Look at the S&P. It breached it a little bit. Check them real quick. Hold on. Dow 96, a little up there, back up. Nice little bounce. Got a doji green. That's promising. This wick is there, so that's promising. S&P, same thing, looking a little promising there. So we're in Intel. I always forget. 67.87 on Intel, 500 shares. Okay, there's a turn. VIX, little red candle there. There's a down. There we go. Still 17.7 now. Or 17.8 still. On the VIX, S&P there, 67.92. I'm looking for about 68, maybe. I don't know if we'll get up to 68.15 again. This is just a quick scalp. Make sure you're hydrating. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Try and keep good posture. What's Boeing doing? I should have held it. That's all right. We're in Intel. We're making money on Intel. Up 25 bucks now on Intel. Oh, it's flattening, huh? I was selling it. What time is it? 7:41. There's a drop. There's a Dow. You got to be careful today. There's a drop. Yeah, this might not work out. Oh, look at that volume. Super low volume day, folks. Hey, you're 5 into 23, 5 into 23. Got about 21% of volume. Yep, that's not working now. All right, let's see here. We just rehashed the working with UDelv. All right, so we may pick up some more here. Just low of the day here. Boeing. The VIX goes 17.9, I'm out. So I'm down $100 now on Intel. And I'm going to decide if I'm going to get some more. There's 17.9 though on the VIX. All right, so markets just took a turn. Dow hanging in, but look at the NASDAQ. It's dropping. S&P's dropping. Still up on the day. So I'm looking at... that does that. $17.9 on the VIX. VIX is probably going to go to the 18 here. NASDAQ now down 114, Dow down 90, S&P down 12. Be very careful right now, folks. Very, very careful. Come on, fill me. All right, I put in another order for 567.64, and that just filled. Little bounce on the S&P. VIX is settling down. NASDAQ, little doji there on the 32nd. Slight up. Again, your volumes are so low though. That's the problem. So this could be a little bit of a trap. Head back south again. $61. Boeing 248. See? Boeing wants to come up to this 250 level. It really, really does. Alright, again, we picked up another 500 Intel at 67.63 or 64. 67.64. So I'm still down 85 bucks. S&P's turning a little bit back north. S&P on the 3-minute, a little bit of a support here, but it broke that. Let's go 30 seconds. A little bit of a turn there. Same thing with that. There we go. That's what we're looking for. There we go. Okay. All right. So I'm still down $45 on Intel. I now have 1,000 shares. I initially picked up 500 at 67.87, and then I averaged down and picked up another 500 at 67.64. Not quite hitting the bottom at 67.59. And we just need a little bit of a turn. There goes the VIX. VIX just turned down. There's the VIX. There you go. There you go. There you go. There's a little pop. So there's a pop down on the VIX, back down to 17.8. It didn't hit 18. It got up to 17.9, and then it came back down. S&P still down 10, but nice turn. NASDAQ, nice turn. Dow, we'll see. Boeing got a nice bounce, I bet. 247.99. All right, Intel 67.75. So again, now I'm down $10 on Intel. I was down about 100. And my cost basis is now 67.75. So I'm now positive on Intel. I just need a little bit of a push here, just a little. VIX now down 0.2, down to 17.7. NASDAQ holding. Up $20. Come on, Intel. I know you want to come back up here to the 68 level. Let's get there, huh? Okay. Candle push. There we go. Okay. Doji on the 3-minute. 1 minute gave a buy and a cross. Again, I picked it up down here, another 500 shares. So now we're just going to watch. S&P down now, or up. Not up, still down. S&P down 9, but recovering a little bit. NASDAQ down 88, recovering a little bit. Dow down 85, also recovering a little bit. So we took a turn on Boeing today, made a little money. Intel made some money. We're back in Intel again. And I'm flat on that right now. It's all right. VIX 17.7. S&P. NASDAQ. Need this push. It's got to break. It's got to break this 67.79. Otherwise, I might jump out here. Don't you hate that when you double down on something and you average down and you double your shares and then it just stops when it's flat? Gotta have a little patience. Now it says that like it should stop at, you know, you're going to see some pressure at 67.88 if it gets there. It may not. Take another trip on Boeing. $752. Okay, so Dow's down 81, NASDAQ down 84, S&P down 9. So my other account's doing while we're watching this here. That's up $200. Sweet. So now we're waiting for the plan to work. Our cost basis is 67.75. Initially, I bought again 500 shares of 67.87. And then it dropped and I bought 500 more at 67.64. Needs to any chance on, you know, on the 180 200 on a 30-second chart. About to give a buy signal. I'm sure there's one on the 1 minute. Yeah, there's definitely one on the 1 minute. All right, so I've got 1,000 shares of Intel. So about 67,000 or so. I'm up $75 on this turn. Still 2/10 down on the VIX to 17.7. S&P still going a little bit. NASDAQ looks okay. Up $85. I might trim this. What was my original buy? 87. Come on, push. Let's go. Jump above that thing. Give me a candle above. No other news, just a Mobileye. The only news is the Mobileye. They're working with them on UDELV for autonomous delivery vehicles. Had 85 there for a second. My original buy was at 87. And I bought 500 more at 64, 67, 64. I'm up about $80. I need to push. I need to push right here. There's a buy signal on the 3-minute. That looks good. Still didn't cross down here though on the MACD on my 3-minute. It did on the 1-minute. Where did it cross on the 1-minute? And again, looking at what you use to buy, right? So here's a cross right here. So 67.76. I originally got it at 67.87. Bought 500 more, 67.64. So I'm up about $90 on that one, $85, $90. Right down to 32nd. So candle close above, that's good. Hey, where's my time? There's 87, up 125 now. VIX settling, S&P settling, hold on. Dow down 80. S&P still 3-minute, well, 3-minute, hold on, sorry. 30-second chart, we're scalping. Consolidating, NASDAQ. Still looks okay on the NASDAQery. 67.90. What's the emotional point for Intel? 68, right? Will we get it? Up $145 now on Intel. So again, initial buy on this turn, I bought 500 shares at 67.87, and then I bought 500 more at 67.64. I'm looking for a push to 68. VIX is settling, S&P settling, NASDAQ, flattening on the NASDAQ. All right. Okay, an order ready to go here. So I'm scalping. So my TA is to take profits here and there. $35, $50, $90. I don't have any set profit on any buys I do. I'm looking for emotional stuff. Emotional on Intel would be what? $68 again. What did it get up to? It got up to $68.49 right after the open. Right up here. Okay. Now 3 minutes got to buy, I bet, right? Yeah, we had a buy in the 3-minute. Uh-oh, Doji. NASDAQ, what are you doing? Flattening. All right. Still holding. It's flattening out here, though. Right? Oh, there's a down doji. All right, we're okay, I'm out. All right, so I sold all 1,000 shares at one time. Didn't want to risk anymore. Made what was I 67.75 minus 67.89. So I made 14 cents on $1,000. So I made $140 there on Intel, and I'm out. Why did I get out? Well, I saw the S&P start to turn. The VIX was, and again, it may run up to this 68, but I don't care. I'm already out of it. I'm not going to get emotionally attached to a stock. I made $140 right there, so that gives me what I make 150 on the first term plus 75 plus 140. So I made like $365 today on 4 trades. Yeah, Intel rode it once from 68.23 to 68.38. Rode Boeing from 246.93 to 247.46. Bought Intel 67.87, then doubled down, bought it back at 67.64, and sold it at 67.89. So it's not about missing, it's about unsure of what it's going to do at this point. And you could say, well, if you would have held it on a swing trade, yeah, on a little bit longer, if I want to give it time, I want to do that. But you have so much volatility right now and so much going on, and the markets can't decide who's going to be in control on low volume. So you have the NASDAQ coming back a little bit, but it's still down 74 on the day. S&P's down 7. Dow is down 66. Boeing. Oh, should have held that Boeing. Should have held the Boeing. Should have held the Boeing. Look at this. What we get out of Boeing at? 247.46. So, and it's been consolidating ever since. So, up on the day, about $365. Not bad. We'll take it. That's just in this account. My other account, I've got one account in cash, 100%, and I've got another one I'm up $126 on. That's got my Ford in it, which is down $10, and then 2 other positions, some shorts that are up today. All right, what are you doing now? So what did we sell that? 67.89 we sold Intel. So 67.89 we sold Intel. VIX is down another point, down to 17.6, so that's a 0.3 decline on the VIX. It's probably going to push to 68, Intel. We're out at 67.89. Because again, if it's going to flatline like this and just ride in this small channel, I have no interest in it. What do I want? I want volatility. I want volatility down, I want volatility up. I don't care. I just want volatility so I can buy, sell, right? If Boeing comes back down here to this 246, 247.11, see, that'd be risky there. You say, well, why would it be risky? You have support right here, and it's old resistance right here. on a 30-second chart. Yes, that is true. It's risky because it's so close to 247. That's why it's risky. It's that emotional on the 0 that you're looking at. Same thing with Intel. Intel, I wanted Intel to get it back above 68. I wanted to hold it to 68. I wasn't getting it. It flatlined a little bit. I almost sold it here. It came back up, and when it dipped again, I said, I'm going to jump out. I'm going to take my little profit, take my $140 and run home. And so that's what I did there. So again, we bought 500 shares of Intel at $67.87. It dropped further, so I bought 500 more at $67.64. And then I sold all 1,000 shares at one shot at $67.89. So that was about a $67,000 of play there to make $140 on a down day. So what this means is that the markets can go down. They're going to go down. They're going to go up. All you need to scalp is volatility. And you say, well, why didn't you? If you liked it, why didn't you short it? After it opened or after you sold, why didn't you reverse positions and short? I could have, but I didn't. And Intel is certainly not hard to borrow shares, but I'm not going to get the type of play, a $2 or $3 push to offset the interest I would have to pay to go short, even in that short amount of time. Yeah, you can do it. There's some people that do that. There's people that ride this all day long. They just do this all day long. They'll buy, going up, sell, short it, buy it back, then buy more, sell it, short it, sell it, short it, buy it back, buy more, and they ride that all day long. And you can do that. You can literally just day trade and scalp on the SPY. Now, in order to day trade, so you don't get in trouble with your broker and they don't clap your account for 3 weeks, I've never had that happen, is you need to have at least $25,000 of equity in the account, not including margin. So you can't have 12,500 or 2,500 and say, hey, well, with margin I got day trade buying power of 25. That doesn't count. You got to have $25,000 of cold hard cash or equity in the account, and then they can label you a PDT rule to operate under the PDT rule, which is a pattern day trader. So again, it's consolidating. I got on Intel 67.89, and there's a little push there. But the VIX is 17.6, so we're 3/10 or we're 3/10. We're 0.3 off the high on the VIX of the day of 17.9. It says 17.6. S&P just turned south again a little bit. Let's look at those. So Dow down 84, heading south again. NASDAQ consolidating a little bit, but starting to head down a little bit. And S&P definitely heading down. Boeing, did it breach? Oh, it did. 246.93. That's where I bought it at the last time. Yeah, I bought Boeing at 246. I bought it over here, 246.93, and sold at 247.46. Now it's doing the same thing. There's a little bit of strength in Intel there. There we go. Yeah, so again, you can kick yourself and say, well, yeah, I should have held it. But that's okay. I'm already out, right? I made money on it. Made $140 the last turn. That is funny. Look at that. This darn thing came down to 246.93, which is where I bought in when I wrote it the first time. I got in 246.93, just 150 shares, and sold at 247.46. I could have done the same thing again. But I was watching this guy over here after I'd sold it. So now we're getting into, it's 11:08 Eastern time. It's 8:08 Pacific. Hey, thanks for hanging out here too. If you like the stream, go ahead. If you're over on YouTube, give it a like. Ask a question in the comment section or ask a question in the chat. I'll be happy to answer it. If you're over on Twitch and you haven't done so already, please hit the follow button and give me a follow if you like what we're doing here. Again, we took 3 scalp trades today, and the scalp trades we took were Intel, bought 568.23. Bought another 568.13, I'm sorry, no, we only bought a 68.23. We sold 568.38. That made us about 150 bucks. We then took Boeing for a turn, and we bought 150 shares at 246.93 and sold it at 247.46. We bought Intel initially 500 shares at 67.87, and then then it dropped, so we bought 500 more for 67.64. So then we had 1,000 at 67.75 for an average price, and then we sold all 1,000 at 67.89. Then it ran back up again, and now we're right back where we were. I would like to take another turn at Boeing, and it's crazy. It hit it again, 246.93. But again, you've got the VIX up 0.1. And the Dow just took a turn, right? So you got to look and say, hey, you're not just at the spot you were before. What's the overall market doing? Well, the overall market is going back down again. You got the Dow down 101 now. You have the Nasdaq down 76. It took a turn for the south. You have the S&P down 9. It took a turn for the south, right? And the VIX going up from 0.6 to 0.7. It peaked out at 0.9. So you say, okay, what do? We buy into strength. So Intel recovered pretty quick. So now, if we're going to take another scalp, we're going to wait for a turn. So we need the VIX to settle. We need the S&P to turn north, and we need the Nasdaq to possibly turn north. But the Dow, this $100 level is emotional. On Boeing, the emotional level is going to be this 247. Look at that. 247 right on a button. On Intel, you don't really have an emotional level. You got a low of the day at 67.59. So you would look for another turn for it to hit north. And hey, if you have a question or you want some quick DD on a stock, feel free to post a symbol in the chat and I'll take a look at it. I don't have any positions open right now other than what I already own. We can look at the heat map again, but this is 15 minutes old. Okay. Economic calendar for the day. Nothing. Tomorrow you got CPI and core CPI coming out 5:30 Pacific. I should have rode the Boeing train again. I got an order for 250 ready to go, but not at this level. There's a turn for Boeing. Missed that. E6 Intel. Dare we go a third time with Intel? I'd be buying it back at what I sold it at though. 67.88. Well, a little bit less. Got to wait for a turn. And the thing about averages, like on a 3-minute chart, right? You've got declining 50, or you've got declining 50 period average on a 3 minute. So this green line represents the last 50 3-minute candles as an average, and the white one is 180. The red is 200 period averages of 3-minute candles. So the white and the red are the last 180 and the last 200 3-minute candles. So there's a doji turn on Boeing. So it's probably about to give a buy signal on a 3 minute. We definitely have a buy signal on a 1 minute, and of course a 30-second, but we missed it. We missed that 246.93. And there's a turn on the S&P as well. Let's look at Intel. Put an order in at 67.85. I got a partial fill of 257 shares. Come on, somebody sell me the other ones. S&P turning up, VIX turning down. Dow back down, only 89 now. It may not fill me. I'm not going to get filled on these other ones. So I own 257 shares of Intel. And I missed it at 67.85. Oh, I might get it. That's probably going to fill the other ones here in a second. There we go. Okay. 67.85. I've got 500 shares of Intel. I want to take another trip with Boeing too. Dow down 92. NASDAQ down 74 with a slight rise. VIX has settled back in at 17.6. I want to see the VIX go down to 17.5. If it can hit 17.5, that could turn a lot of stuff green on the day. S&P down 8. Is that a slight turn? Up $5 on my Intel buy. This one might not work out. Let's see, 500. I didn't get 68 before. There's a little push. There we go, Intel. So we're in 500 shares, up $35 now. At 67.85. So 500 shares is 67.85. A little pop on the VIX, but a little pop on the S&P. Check the NASDAQ. All right, that doesn't look good. I don't like that. I like that. I like that. Well, okay, that's good. I like that. S&P. Oh, thank you very much. You get the same on the NASDAQ. There we go. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay, we're looking good now. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we're up $81, $95, or $50. Sorry, $50 on Intel. We're in 500 shares at 67.85. And I bought it in here. It filled an initial 257, then it jumped up to 89 cents. Then it dropped back down, and it filled my other 250 or 243, whatever it was. Yeah, 243, 257, 243. So now we're in 500 shares, 67.85. It needs to break that 68. That looks good. 1 minute, probably gave a buy. Yep, it did on the 3 minute. Probably not yet. Well, on an original buy down here. Yeah, 67.79. Yeah, no shit. Come on. 17.6, 3/10 lower. I want VIX 17.5. Give me 17.5 on the VIX. Dow down 75. Nice push. Doji, NASDAQ Doji. S&P looks okay. VIX, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on, drop. Come on, give me that 68. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Got an order ready to sell. Boy, it wants to, doesn't it? See, again, these emotional levels of where is it going to push or not? VIX 17.6 still. Check that real quick. Wants to go down. S&P down 6. Hey, click. I like that. I like that. I like that. There we go. We're 3 for 3 on trades so far today. We've traded Boeing once, and we're now on our third turn with Intel. So this is the third time we've traded Intel. And on this buy, we're into Intel at 67.85. So we're up $77 on this one. I was already up $3.50 on the day before this trade. I did not double down, still with just the 500 shares. Again, the 68.01. So now I got to worry about this, right? So it's coming up to its 180. So if I'm front running, it would say, hey, if it hits 68.03. If it breaks through this one, it's got to break through this one. But 3 minute probably gave a buy. On an original buy at 67.79, I got in at 67.85 on the 3 minute. Now we're pushing. Nice recovery on the S&P as well. This is good stuff today. S&P now down only 6. Dare it go green today? Will the S&P go green today? NASDAQ now down 65, but nice push there. Dow down 72. Hey, I hope you guys are participating in this. I hope you grab something at these bottoms here and you're riding something a little bit. Boeing, I did not get back into Boeing. We're in Intel right now, 67.85. Up $100, $102 now. Break through that. Get through that. So now, if we there's a candle close above. Nope, candle close right at it. But again, 30-second chart, right? Now we look at the 1 minute and say, okay, where are we at on the 1 minute? 1 minute above the 50, hitting its 180. So that says we should go up to the 3 minute, which is 68.10. And then if it breaks through there, we might look at 68.40. Everything else is looking up. The S&P wants to go positive on it. Let's see if we got no other news on Intel. If there's anything breaking. Nope, same news as before. $807. Up about $105 now. Come on, break that 68.10. Did it? It did, didn't it? 09. It got to 09. All right, a little bit of a turn there. Got an order ready to sell. There's 9. There's 10. S&P, possible turn there, 17.6. It never got down to 17.5. Or did it? Did I miss it? I don't know if it did or not. 68.11. So it broke through on the 30-second. Broke through on the 1 minute. Right there at the 1 minute. 3 minute coming up to it as well. 68.10. Slight turn on. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Hold on here. Still okay in the NASDAQ. S&P is turning. Still okay in the S&P. Oh, 3 minute chart. Sorry. 30-second chart. My bad. Dow slight turn down. NASDAQ turned down. S&P turned down. 68.14 still pushing. Up $145 now. So this is the third time we've traded Intel today. And we traded Boeing once. Both times on Intel, we were positive. We had gains of about $150 the first time. On Boeing, we made $75, I think. And Intel, we're up $140. But it's pushing now. There you go. You go, Intel. Come on. Get back up to the 68.40 range. S&P settling down a little bit. Let's see the Dow. 3 minute, 30-second chart, Joe. All right, there we go. Dow settling in a little bit there. NASDAQ settling a little bit. S&P settling a little bit. VIX. It hit 17.5. Huh. 68.16 up 160. I've not taken any shares off. I still have the original 500 I bought. That was a nice buy. Nice buy on that one. So now we start looking back here. Let's go to the 3 minute. And we say, okay, where are we at? Well, we broke what we did earlier. So now is it going to push? Or is it going to settle? There's a settle. There we go. All right, 68.14. I'm showing 68.15 on Schwab. There's 13. All right, got a green doji on the S&P though. NASDAQ. That's starting to come down, huh? A 68.18. All right, it's pushing again. So you guys are looking at live trades here that I'm doing here. I'm in 500 shares at 67.85. There we go. 68.12. 13. 14. And I'm out. Okay, so made about 150 bucks on that one. We bought it. Well, let's see here. 67.85. 68.13 is where we got out. Minus 67.85 equals times 500 shares. So we made $140 on that one. So we're 4 for 4 on trades today. Intel 3 separate times. Boeing 1 time. And what we sell that at 68.13, right? So we're out at 68.13. Based on this, now in a 3 minutes, still going to give. Now what I was looking at was a slight rise in the VIX, slight down on the S&P, the Dow. Still going up. The NASDAQery. Didn't really look at that one too much, but I was looking at the S&P. And I wasn't liking what I was seeing there because I'm profitable. Who cares? So now we're 68.09. So I sold at 68.13. So 3 cents of profit I'm protected on right now. So 15 bucks. So, but again, we did, 4 turns, and I'll show you guys what we did today. Let me pull it up here. And I'll show you my buys for the day. Okay. So we're looking at this one here. So this is today. And all right, here we go. All right. So we originally bought 500 at 68.23 of Intel. Okay. And what do we have here? That's what I want. Okay. So we bought 500 at 68.23. Then we sold at 68.38. Okay. Made a little bit there. Bought Boeing at 246.93. Sold at 247.46. Then we bought 500 Intel at 67.87. Bought in too soon. So doubled down, bought 500 more at 67.64. Sold all 1,000 at 67.89, so that was about a $67,000 play. And then we bought Intel again at 67.85 and sold it at 68.13. So that's what we did today. So four trades today. We were profitable on all 4 trades. So probably, I don't know, 450 bucks, somewhere around there. So that makes for a good day. I'd like to take another shot at Boeing again, and I possibly will if it gets back down to that 246 level, based on what it's doing. But so that was about 450 bucks we made today, somewhere around there. Well, okay, so I'll add this up. What do we make? Because I got other positions, I got to do this manually. So 68.23, 68.38. So 68.38 minus 68.23, 15 cents. And then we had Boeing, 150 shares, 247.46 minus 246.93. 53 cents at 150 shares. And then we had Intel, 1,000 at 67.75. So 67.75, and we sold all 1,000 at 67.89. So 14 cents at 1,000. And then Intel 68.13 minus 67.85. 28 cents at 500 shares. So this is Intel, Boeing, Intel. All right, so I'm going to multiply these out. 500 times 0.15. So $75 there. We get 150 shares times 0.53. Is that right? Hold on. 247.46. 247.46 minus 246.93. Yep. Times 0.14 and then 500 times 0.28. Add all those up. Nice. All right, so here we go. All right, I did all the math for you guys. What's Intel doing now? 67.8. Nice. All right, so we went 4 for 4 today, and this might be a little bit hard to see, but we did 3 trips with Intel and 1 trip with Boeing. So we made $75 on Intel. 500 shares at 50. We made 15 cents, so that was $75. We made 150 shares at 53 cents, so $79.50 on Boeing. We got 1,000 Intel that we made 14 cents on, so that was $140. And then we have 500 shares of Intel that we made 28 cents on for also $140. This shit just works out. And then so we had 4 trips around the sun today, 3 on Intel, 1 on Boeing. Total for the day, $434.50. So we made $434.50 is what we made today. Okay, so now we're getting into lunchtime. So look at Intel back down to 67.97. We sold that. We sold. What did we get in at? We got in at 67.85, and we sold at 68.13. So 68.13 right here. Yeah, right in here. Matter of fact, that top wick is probably mine. on this one here, and then it gave the sell. Now we're 67.94. I'd like to take another shot at Boeing, but it'd have to be below 247. But now we're lunchtime, so I'm done. I am done. I'm done. I made $434.50. I'm good. I'm good for the day. All right. So so that was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And again, I'll show you those plays here. I'll pull those up so you can see them on my account. So you'll know I'm not blowing smoke. So here's my plays for the day. Oops. So this is all today. There's the dates. 4/12, right? And here's the ones I did. Oops, not that one. This one. And this was all based on technical analysis, just watching the charts, watching the VIX, watching the S&P. So right now the Dow is down 70, S&P is down 75, or sorry, S&P is down 8, NASDAQ's down 75. So here's all my plays today. 3 trips on Intel, 1 trip on Boeing. And then here's what we made. We made 15 cents on 500 shares, 53 cents on 150 shares, 14 cents on 1,000 shares, 28 cents on 500 shares. I never went into margin today. This was all with cash. And we made $434.50 before fees. However, every one of my buys and sells, my buys were done on this side. My sells were done on the other. So I was providing liquidity to the market. So my fees are less because of that. And so I'll be paying pennies versus dollars. So 434.50. We went 4 for 4 today, and so that worked out pretty good on the day. It's 8:36. Again, I will not be streaming this afternoon. I am going to get on early tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be on at 5:30 when the CPI comes out, but I'll definitely be up and looking at that. So we may start to stream early tomorrow morning because CPI, and that's going to have a play. So again, you know, I don't care what the market's at. You know, you can look at things and you can say, you know, everything's down today. Oh, woe is me. It's a terrible day. It's a terrible day. All you need is volatility. So on a down day, I made $434.50 buying and selling Intel 3 times and buying Boeing 1 time. And again, the Boeing one, I only did 150 shares. And what did I sell it at? 247.46. 247.46 on Boeing. It's at 247.09 now. It got up to 248, but that's okay because it came back down. So I only made $79 on this. Well, you only made 79 bucks. Yeah, but 75 plus 79 plus 140 plus 140 is $434.50. So we're 2 hours in. So 434.50 divided by 2. Today, I made $217 an hour. That's how much I made today. I made $217 each hour. $434. I went 4 for 4. To me, that's a nice day. So I'm done. I don't need to make any more trades today. I don't know if I will. I may, if the setups look good. But all you need is volatility. I don't care if the market is up or down. What it does. I didn't buy anything in the pre-market, and it's a good thing I didn't. You know, if I bought in a pre-market, I woke up somewhere around here. I got up here, like, ooh, should I buy some now? I was like, no, I ain't doing it. Because if I did it, I would have one chance to sell it. I'd probably be negative on the day. So I don't trade the pre-market too much unless I know it's going to be an update based on news. and I see an opportunity that I can hold into the open and through this initial volatility. But I'll definitely buy shit when it's down here and ride it up. And that's what we did 4 times on Intel today, and 1 time on Boeing. And Boeing wants to come back down below 247. So we'll see. All right, so let's see here. So went 4 for 4 today. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And again, you know, I'm showing you my screen. I'm showing you my buys and my sells, what I did today. You can screenshot that and blow it up and see that I'm not blowing smoke. I went 4 for 4 today, and that's that makes for a good day, folks. That makes for a good day. I'm certainly happy with that, and I will take it. Every day might not be that. You know, again, I look as a daily, just and it's not even a set goal, but to pay my bills 100% for the month, I'm looking at $191 a day trading. Okay, $190 a day trading is exactly 1,000 shares of any company I choose, 1,000 shares, 19 cents. Okay, I got 15 cents, 53 cents, 14 cents, and 28 cents. And that's what we made today, 434.50. So, you know, 434.50 divided by an 8-hour day is, on an 8-hour day, I made $54 an hour today. That amount of work is equal to about 112,000 hours of income a year. So it doesn't take a lot of capital. The most amount I had was, let's see. Well, let's look here. We had 1,000 shares at Intel at the most. And that was at $67.75. Duh. $67,750 was the most capital I put at risk today. $67,750. Okay. The 150 shares of Boeing was at 246.93. Oops. Wait. 150 times 246.93. I only had $37,000 of capital at work with Boeing, and then the other 2 trips on Intel, I only had $33,000. So Intel, $67,000 at work. Boeing, Intel, and Intel, each one of those was about $34,000. You know, 434.50 divided into 34,000 is, I made 1.28% today. Okay. So that's what I made today. That's a good day. That is definitely a good day, and I will take that any day of the week. Any day of the week. I don't know if I'm going to trade anything else today. I do want to look at Boeing again. But again, you've got the let's look at the indices. We've got the Dow down 65. It's come back a little bit. NASDAQ, you know, we're in the lunchtime consolidation phase, so I'm not interested in anything there. S&P down 9. Intel right at 68, emotional level. 30-second chart. And Boeing 247.12. So we'll see on that later, maybe. Probably not. All right, I think that's going to do it for today, folks. So again, I will not be back this afternoon. I've got more stuff I got to do around the house. I just got to do a nice pop on Boeing. Did you see that? Just freaking popped like 20 cents. Oh, big move. There we go. Everything's jumping now. Dow, nice spike there in the Dow. S&P, nice jump there. NASDAQ, nice jump there. What's Intel doing? Okay. All right, so that's going to do it for today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys' support. I love you guys when you come into the stream. If you're watching this on replay, either on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, hey, give a like down below. Hit the subscribe button over there on YouTube. Hit the follow button over on Twitch. Post a comment in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer any comments. When we're live, I'll do commentary. If you guys ever want to put symbols down below, I'll do a little quick due diligence on those as well, and then we'll take a look at those too. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be, and we'll see you next time. I'm Crypto Sonar Joseph. Have yourself a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Love ya. Gotta go. Bye.